So Nick and I are on the road again, and he's coming back. How's it going, dingus? It went right through. If you tried doing that again, it would never work. One window through another. I'll get that.
Why don't you go kiss something?
Travels with Nick, travels with Nick, travels with Nick, travels with Nick. I don't know how to play the guitar. This guy's ready to adventure.
Cool. I didn't think the little grippy gorilla thing was going to work.
Howdy folks, amateur historian here, out in the great unknown, more notably Mount Talbot Park.
Yeah.
And I'm with this guy!
What's up?
And we're walking, and then we're doing some more walking. It's utterly gorgeous in here, but the bug population is astonishing, and they're just chomping at the bit to get a piece of human flesh.
Oh, and also filming with the 360 camera.
Yeah, this is most recent purchase. Is this beautiful 360 camera we got, or you got.
Yeah, why don't you walk ahead, Steve? And just keep doing your thing.
Hey, how you doing?
We want to see that backside.
Yeah, I bet you do.
In 4K.
4K! Oh man.
Be interested to see how this film turns out. It could be pretty cool. I do know that you can rip stills off of this too, which is...
That's always positive. The ground's a bit rocky, so if you're gonna come out here and you have a tendency to trip on stuff, be safe. But aside from that, it is pretty dosh darn attractive out here.
Yeah, these city parks are real nice for just grabbing a water bottle, some granola bars, and hitting the trail.
Whew. I love stretches of trails like this, where you start to wrap around something, and you kind of don't know what's going to happen, but you're getting to the other side of where the sun is. It's getting a little darker, a little more ominous, and who knows, we may not make it home.
Is like make our own trail mix packs things.
I like that idea. I am a trail mix fan. Granted, there's plenty of salt and fat in that too, but it's like oatmeal. It's good fatty salt, salty fat.
It's
you know,
short-term energy.
you talk to enough people and nothing's healthy to eat anymore.
That's true.
Like eggs. Eggs are only good for you if you do it the way Rocky Balboa did.
Yeah.
8 eggs into a glass, chug it, don't even think about it.
That's the only way I have my eggs. Hello sir, welcome to Denny's. What would you like? I'll take the number 1. And how would you like your eggs? In a cup?
Just crack them into a glass, please. I think we're slowly losing our minds.
Oh, well, you've lost your damn mind.
I'm just saying.
I'm backpacking the team here. keeping it together.
I'm literally getting that lactic acid in my thighs, where it's like I almost can't go uphill anymore. And we made the summit in all of its beautiful flowering glory. We're at the top of the park. You notice everything is either level or going down from here.
Take a look around. It's weird not having to move the camera like this.
Mm-hmm.
Just be like, all right, go for it. Drink it in.
We're surrounded.
Right up here. I don't know if you guys can see it from here, but those two kind of bulbous things, that's wasp nest.
Looks like a
It's actually
shell
a couple
for a
of them
slug.
up there.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Are they apples? No. Maybe? Yes?
I think
Looked
you've
like
lost
a wasp
control.
nest. It looked like a wasp nest. Yeah,
The times they are changing.
I got a luscious V going
Yeah.
on.
Look at that.
That's full sweat.
That's a
real
full
life.
day's work.
It's real life.
I probably have something similar, only it's white shirt.
Steve, do a
doesn't
pull
show.
up on that.
Go fuck yourself.
Come on.
All right. I'm gonna do it. I mean, I probably won't, but I'll try.
Summit pull-ups.
I've been double dog dared to do a pull-up, and my arms are really fatigued right now. This is gonna be the most embarrassing moment of my life.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I don't have it. I'm not.
right.
There was no chance in hell that was gonna happen.
My turn.
Don't show me up too bad.
Okay. I haven't done a pull-up in a while. Ugh.
And fuck yourself. That's your pterodactyl impersonation.
I don't know. That was me reaching.
That was just in the moment.
That was a new level.
I feel like if it was a slightly lower branch, I might be like, maybe I could try doing it here.
Do it.
Oh, is that?
Do it. Do it. Yes.
That was
I'll
like
count that.
quarters.
I'll count
Three-quarters.
Three-quarter that.
You can count 1/4 for my first one, 3/4 for that
Yeah,
one.
that's one full one.
Yeah. 0.75 plus 0.2. That's mathematics.
Yeah.
See? Just because we adventure doesn't mean we don't know math. This is like astonishingly beautiful. Like my camera could not even begin to do justice as to how gorgeous it is in the sticks until you get to this point.
Well, and then
it starts getting a little sweaty.
You go to think, like, we're not even a minute out of town. We're like
Yeah.
We've been hiking for 20 minutes, and I can hear like a car.
Yeah. If you go far enough in the direction we're going, like, you just go down the hill into a residential area, and then eventually the freeway. Band on the road. That was a momentary pause for...
multifaceted joke. You had to know that Paul McCartney was a Beatle, that he then broke off and joined Wings, and that the Beatle was on. That was good. That was good.
Yeah, I mean, I try.
I was a fan of that.
Do what I can. 90% of the amateur historian's jokes are kind of like a, one thumb up, one thumb down, but every now and then he surprises you and the world.
Typically pretty even kilter, but man, when he kills it,
He really just takes a crowbar to it. My God. I mean, to transition from that very homicidal bit of humor, just, oh. I just love it when you can get to a point where you're on a trail and you're just utterly surrounded by these trees, and it's just layered, and it's green, and it's brown, and then it's brown, and then it's green, and then it's green and brown again. That are too dumb to know how to turn a friggin' flashlight.
T-Rex impression.
I want your T-Rex now.
How's that?
Yours was better. Yours reverberated. I think that makes you an automatic winner. This is really cool. It's kind of where the park opens up a little bit. Oh man, that's awesome.
Isn't this cool?
And no Walken. Christopher Walken?
Yeah, good.
Enjoying the tan?
No,
No, not at all. Hey, what it's about. You gotta bring your joy. Enjoy your guys' hike.
Note for next time, remind me, can you throw my keys in my backpack? They're going chang, 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 and I think it's probably on the audio.
Constantly,
all the
just
time.
constantly
Climb,
having to
climb,
save you.
climb.
Constant.
Thank you. Oregon white oaks are home to a multitude of plants, reptiles, birds, and mammals, including snowberry, rubber boas, white-breasted nuthatches, and western gray squirrels, dozens of species of microorganisms, and several species of wasps are specifically adapted to these leaves. Wham bam, right in your clam, spank your grandma. Thank you, Uncle Sam. That's what I'm talking about.
That's worth a good back pat. Even though you did for a brief moment
Doubted myself.
question whether they were
Yeah.
apples or some
Well,
random.
they were all together. Like
Now
apples,
we
you
get
know?
the justificate, we get the excuses.
Okay, you can just hold your
Excuses
tongue, you little bitch.
are like assholes. Everyone's got one of
They
them.
all
Don't stink.
Park. That way.
Going this way. Just doing a full circle around this beacon of beauty
And
or
it should be
hell.
noted, we've only been hiking for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Like I got the entire thing on my GoPro. Hasn't stopped once. And we've seen so much of this park. Like if you wanted to spend a couple hours hiking here, you could go to the bottom thing, you could like do that whole trail. This is a killer one for if you do like outdoor impact running or whatever. Throw on your tennies and go run out here.
Go for a stroll.
Yeah.
Here comes the sun, doo doo doo. Here comes the sun, and I'll say it's alright. Little darling. Sorry, the sun was there, and I was like, I should sing something.
Don't you ever be sorry for singing, Steve. You have the voice and name.
I wanted to sing something sun-related. Oh, thank you. I was trying to,
Black hole sun,
Trying to-
won't you come and
Just trying to-
wash away the rain?
just trying to do a little John Lennon riff, you know. You know, it feels great being a singer and the freedom to write your own songs when you come to that level of popularity. You can
Look at
just
my
write
face
what
and
you
I say,
want.
that's pretty good, old son. And I'll show you how it's done. Just the house of the rising sun.
Jesus. Man. It just took off in a whole new direction.
Well, it had sun in it. I know
That's
it was
true.
S-O-N. but-
That's true. They call it rising sun.
Of many a poor boy. And God, I know.
That man's belly drumming. Now that's a skill. Belly drumming.
Yeah, you have to be 3 different kinds of fat to get the different tones right.
Well, that's good for me because I'm 4 different types of fat.
Oh, they're like the Neil Peart of skinny things.
Ready to get some Neil Peart all up in you? I don't know. Get ready. It sounds better louder, I figured.
I'm salesman. I'm salesman.
Fly by night away from ya.
Fly by night away from ya.
Castle home. Fly by night away from ya. For those not in the know, we're mercilessly quoting I Love You Man right now. And if you consider these to be spoilers, the movie came out like 8 years ago, so that's not my problem anymore. I used to slap the bass, high school jazz band. Slapping the bass.
Do you play any instruments? No. I slap some bass.
I noticed, don't you have like a piano? Yeah, I don't play.
Yeah, I don't play.
You don't play anything at all? No. Smells like a fucking pet shop in here.
But why? Decor lady picked it up.
Yeah.
Or home decorator. Home
Decorator put it there. Wow. It appears we've made it back to that from whence we began. And mind you, obviously we didn't cover every trail in this park, so this, for all the beauty that you saw, was just a taste of what this place has to
We saw
offer.
probably like a third of that.
Yeah.
Park. And at basically an hour. So in about, 2 or 3 hours, you can have the whole thing. Pretty cool.
Thank you. Hey everybody. Brush off the 75 because I'm gonna go to a spot like many that I've never been to before. I've just seen this passing on this bus a handful of times, and it looks very enticing because it looks like really nobody ever goes here. Maybe they do, but it sure doesn't look like it from the outside. Here we are, Errol Heights Park, and there's tagging on the sign, which is never a good sign. Natural air, no dogs allowed. Well, that sucks for dog people. No camping, plant harvesting, motorized vehicle. Well, no shit, no motorized vehicles. Vandalism, graffiti, fishing. There's fishing potential and fires, but yeah, here we go. This is just the entryway to what is apparently a park. Already, I still don't understand why they say no fishing, but yeah, there's like a bog down here. The ground gets a little bit muddier. Yeah. Trees, plant life. I'm not going to walk over there because that looks like some fresh plant life, but this is the closest I've ever felt being in the Pacific Northwest to thinking there may be a frigging gator near me. I'm say it comes out of here. And this stuff is just all over, even on this side. I don't know exactly what this is called. They almost look like baby pine trees. Like pine trees you'd put in a mock-up of a town. There's a whole bunch of birds down there. That is awesome. So I think what we got here is we got a Canadian geese family. I noticed this one in the middle is staring right at me. And then obviously down here there's the little babes. So the parent is obviously like, dude, get to walking. I don't want to have to peck you in front of my children. Never felt so completely, totally alone in the middle of town in a space that's designated as a park. Whoa, what the hell is that? There's like sparkling blue critters floating out here. Yeah, I'm not really foreseeing encountering anybody out here. Hopefully nobody potentially dangerous. Some wood. Okay, you can see a lot of these trees have this around it. God, these trees look so great once the summer months come and they start blooming. This park space, and you know, there's a hill here. Dude, check that out. All those raggedy old branches climbing their way up this tree. Badass. See, it keeps going off in that direction. So we're just kind of straddling this bog space. Cheers, bog. So this is a marker. It says 8:25 on it. This one says 8:26. So I'm guessing each one of these, well, this one doesn't even have a thing around it anymore, but that one does. I'm guessing is, well, obviously there's some special designation. I'm guessing 8:27, 8:28. Yeah, 8:28. Where's 8:27? Well, this is cute. Get the water running through here. Wow, I didn't expect this. I thought this was just going to be a rugged trail through, you know, a general kind of small forested area. I didn't expect this. Hello. Oh, look at the little ducklings. I want to move my selfie stick in closer, but that'll probably piss Mom off. This is wild. Like, the water kind of rolls down and you can see it's much lower down here. But then up here, this water is almost, like right here, it is almost to the level of the trail. It's really high water. Baby ducklings floating around here, and the mom over here, like, I don't think so. Move along, sir. See one of the little baby ducklings in there. Oh, look at, oh yeah, I think the mom is summoning them because she's like, you see this guy with the camera? I'm about to peck his face off. Learn by example. Yeah, because they're all, look, there's a bunch more over there. Yeah, and they're all starting to move. And I can only assume, yeah, they're all coordinating. It's really amazing how ducks coordinate. I remember one time walking through Eastmoreland Park at night, and I saw one little baby duck off by themselves, and I just, you know, kind of was like, oh, hello, hey, how you doing? And before I know it, like 50 ducks appear down the water, and I started walking away. You know, kind of like I'd be walking just kind of along the water and whatnot. And these ducks followed me. Like, they stayed in the water, but they were straddling parallel to me. So when it comes to protection, few surpass the efforts of the mighty duck. This is awesome! Here's to nature, while I pour something horribly unnatural into my body. Cuckoo! I'm completely out here alone. Yep, they are still. So that's, I guess that's the geese bog down there. This back behind me, that be the duck bog. It's wild though how the level of the water just changes. It's a lot thicker that way, and whew, shade, hallelujah. As we venture deeper into the darkness. Also, I was hearing some buzzing. Oh, nope, he's done. Oh, jeez. Oh, no way. What the hell is this? I was not expecting to find anything of this caliber. I'm just gonna set my goodies down. Come on. There's no level spot. Does it mean someone was huffing out here? What is this? There's gotta be, I know for every park in the Portland area, they have, you know, a description of each park. And I'm sure whatever this is, you're a lame artist? I'm sure there'll be an explanation for what this is. Fact, the waterfall is remarkable. See, because I'm almost getting a feeling that this was some kind of a dam watering mechanism, like something used to be here and it opened and water. I mean, there's water down there, but I don't know what this is. I do not. There's this old stuff here. That there, that's spun steel. You don't mess with that. And obviously, this has been used as a fire pit. Which, I mean, I guess you are surrounded by metal. I'll walk up to the top there. I'll go on to the Portland Parks and Rec site. See if I can get a description for what the bedazzling ball sack this was. And there's more trails to travel. But yeah. Yeah, this looks like it was just some kind of minor enclosure of some kind, and then this opened up. Just go right down. To go adventure some of these trails, but I don't trust someone to not take my stuff, even though they'd have to come up here to get it. So I'll take the fun way down. Oh, that's slippery as hell. Well, that's actually a bit of a drop for an old man like me. It's really embarrassing that I even needed to sit down to do that. This is becoming less and less of a trail, though. Yeah, this is just leading up to somebody's house. I can see someone's back porch, so it's an interesting little route. Alright. Trail number 2. This may lead right up to somebody's house. Like, they're trails, but they're rounded. It's almost like they're chutes for like water to come down, which would make sense if this is somehow water related. And this is like an old chute, but where would the water be coming from up here? There's no rivers or creeks or lakes up here. Yeah, right on the edge of somebody's property. This probably just takes you out. Probably takes you out of the park. Yeah, this just takes you up to a residential street. So nothing amazing, too amazing up either of these trails. Mostly just leads you to people's homesteads. So I'm gonna snatch my stuff, take us back down, back onto the main trail. Something else I noticed, this thing is covered by these huge carpenter ants. They are just all over this thing. And you can see them stick out, they're so freaking huge. Hey there, big fella. Yeah, I turned and like 10 more of them show up. Wanna climb onto my GoPro? No, you wanna primp yourself up, clean yourself up for your moment of fame? I'm trying to get him to actually like climb onto the GoPro, but yeah, he's not quite having any of it. Where the hell is this guy going in such a rush? Where the hell are you going? What kind of fraud did you just commit? Yeah, this guy's high as a kite. One more last look at this piece of awesomeness before I go my way and finish my trip around this really cool park. Yeah, that was cool. So back on the pathway, main path. Wow. I'm hoping I'm not almost to the end of my adventure. I mean, I'm seeing homes popping up. I'm obviously wondering if I'm already almost to the end of this park. I have no clue how big it is, so again, I wasn't expecting much. Trail's getting super rounded. It's kind of pretty. Yep. And it looks like that quick I've come to the end of the park. Unless this sign represents something else. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. No. We have to find them. Yeah, here's the same sign I saw coming in, which means, yep, there's a house. I've made my return to the civilian world. It's kind of cool that they ran a little trail through here so you could visit this area that's just kind of meshed between businesses over there, industrial stuff, housing. It's pretty cool. 52nd. Alright, so I'm at 52nd and 1090 on the other side. The Errol. Alright guys, so from Errol Heights Park, this has been Steve, the amateur historian. I hope you enjoyed that little adventure through a place I'd never been to, and some cool finds. See you guys next time. Playground up here and stuff. This looks pretty legit. So essentially what this is Canemah, I'm saying that right, Bluff natural area. It's like a big park that kind of overlooks the Willamette River and all that stuff. Thanks to the voters. Welcome to Canemah Bluff. Oh, cool. That's a good place to go bird watching. There's lots of... Oh, hello. So yeah, this will be interesting. I saw another sign back here, yeah, Canemah Bluff Nature Area. So yeah, so this isn't just a park space. This is like very much like a natural preserve. Is that what it's called? I don't know. It's too early in the day. So yeah, so you see anything beautiful and prominent, don't go stomping on it. Stay on the trail. But yeah, check it out. All these rocks that are kind of sticking up. This is very, very common in the hills, kind of above Oregon City, in natural areas. It's really cool. You are entering a natural area. No dogs, no fire, no bicycling, no AR-15 rifles. Consider yourself warned. Here we go. Get a view of everything. We are a ways downstream from Willamette Falls, but okay, I didn't see this bar here. I was like, is this spot just open? Because that seems horribly dangerous. But yeah, this is pretty gorgeous. All up through here. Man, hot dog. I literally didn't know this place was here until like last night. And it's I mean, these are the adventures that I love the most, you know. It's nice to go to a place you've been before, to know the history ahead of time. But it's always such an awesome adventure to just like find a spot you've never been to, just go there and just wander and see where the world takes you. Which trail? Going the long way. Take the long way home. I don't know. Are you? I don't think that's poison oak, but the hell do I know? God, look at this through here. Look at it! Sorry, I want to be a little less fan, but I don't want to be one of those people that vlogs and is screaming with happiness the whole time. So then you're watching like, yeah, and I'm sitting at home with my cold pizza, like, awesome. Making me feel really great about my life, Steve. Killer. We're going into the forest now. Uh-oh. Entering poison oak area. That's a homemade sign. So yep, remember to look out for poison oak. I don't know why I'm saying that to you. You're not here. Pretty cool. It is killer in here. Oh man. This tree has seen some shit. Oh, never mind. What's left of the tree? That's crazy. I don't know why I assumed there'd be a blossoming, healthy tree directly above that. But we're coming to another trail. I did notice a trail broke off the other direction. This is the Camas Springs Trail, Licorice Fern Trail. This looks more like the main trail. Oh yeah, there's some birds. Ooh, spur trail. It's telling me to go. Life is telling me to go this way. This is so cool though. I guess the voters helped make this thing a reality. So thanks. You know, now you can walk these cool trails. I mean, there's really not much that way except more rural land, so it feels so much like I'm just out in the middle of nowhere by myself with my bird friends and all they have to offer. This is amazing. It is freaking amazing in here. Oh my God. I can't, there are no words. I feel like I'm in like a Little Red Riding Hood story. Oh geez, this is just getting out of control. You know me, I always go for the trail less traveled. And that one's more of a main trail. Let's see where this sumbitch takes me. Oh my God! This is like, I'm seriously like 5 miles away from where I live right now. Oh, just insane. I'm sorry, I can't help but be blown away by this place. I feel like I'm in like the Columbia River Gorge somewhere or something. Like I'm getting nostalgic for a place I've never been to before. How often does that happen? Lots of freaking bees out here though. I can't even with this place. I hope this isn't wrapping me around though. I don't want this to take me back to the main. If it starts making me go too far this way, I'm gonna know it's probably just leading me back to the main entrance, but boy, worth the trip. This is officially one of my most favorite parks in the whole Portland metropolitan area. I don't see how it couldn't at this point. I maybe still have to give Tryon Creek a slight edge. I love Forest Park. This is quite a bit smaller than Forest Park, but it's just demolishing me how insanely gorgeous it is. Now I'm going uphill. Last damn thing I wanted to deal with today. Oh, we're coming up to another trail hitch, a fork in the road. I've been on the Licorice Fern Trail, which is, oh, okay, so this ultimately does take you back into, this is obviously Canemah. This is where I started. So I circled around and did this. Okay, so I guess that means I'm going this way. Now this is my kind of trail, because this is the kind of trail that, even if you like walking around in nature, 3 out of every 4 people are going to look at this trail and say, nah, not for me. But as Bobby Kennedy said, or there are those who see things that are and say why. I see things that never were and say why not. Sorry, Bobby Kennedy was and continues to remain like my idol. More uphill. Ah, poison oak. If you're ever walking on a trail and you see this stuff, steer clear. You'll be itching, and not in a good way. Ooh, check this out. It'd be so cool if like I found like an old like 1800s cabin out here. That would be just the cherry on the top of this adventure. Even something small, like if I found like an old rusted like pipe sticking out of the ground and I'm like, oh, check that out, that's old. Something like that would be pretty nice. These like bushelings of trees, they're all over the place actually. Didn't even notice them at first. These like several trees growing out of one thing. They seem to be healthy. Yeah, so this is the old slide trail. However, this looks like a trail as well. Unmarked trail perhaps? It's definitely a trail, it's just even smaller than that one. Probably won't go very far. Oh my god, check this out up over here, kids. Oh, hello. Oh man, I wonder if this was like a waterway of some kind. Oh shit. I'm in shorts. Fucking A. Just don't touch it. Oh, fuck. God, I gotta look out for that. It looks like this trail is just kind of meandering to an end. I'm really trying to avoid this freaking poison oak. I'm gonna step through. Okay. Like, I really should just be turning around. Yeah. There's nothing more to see. Just logs and crap. Now I gotta... I'm gonna shut the camera off because this shit is everywhere. Back on to the old slide trail. It's a fun little detour. Ooh, we got some greenery up here. Oh, I almost crashed and died. Wow, this is really cool looking. I just love the way this opens up. Yeah. Ooh. Oh. Alas, my desire for adventure has been thwarted by legalities. Oh, that is so tempting. Son of a bitch. Well, I was gonna say maybe next time, but I don't think next time it's gonna be any less an off-limits maintenance road. Check out all the old logs just kind of piled up here. It smells really good out here. I don't know what that is. The old slide trail. Okay, we're talking about the old slide trail still. But what is this? Because this is definitely a trail. And nothing that said it's off limits. So here we go. Off-roading version 2.0. I'm just a man on an adventure. First day off from work in like 4 days. I should have stood in bed. This looks like it's turning. It may just wrap around. It's kind of a cool... Yeah, I can hear the... I'm assuming that's McLaughlin. Old Highway 99. Yeah, it looks like this is just turning me around. So it's probably just like a looping trail. However, no, this trail ends at this one. I can see trail marker back there, so I know I'm not too far off. Some blue markers. This is going way downhill. Like, I don't even know if I want to keep going this way. I don't even, God, so far above the land still. Ooh, that grass was nice and wet. I'm gonna just take a look at these markers. Yeah, what are these? Culverts. Oh. Culverts. I guess, yeah, water does run. Because I'm guessing you go up there, that takes you back to where I was before. But yeah, this looks like it just leads down to the highway. So I'm gonna go back the way I came. So here's the trail I came out from. So when I was going down, going back this way. Sometimes I love going uphill. Sometimes I hate it. So tempting, and yet thwarted again. I'm tired of being thwarted. So this looks like this may be that wider trail I was on earlier. I mean, it was going pretty much this direction. So man, I did a full circle around this park. Oh, what's this? This is a little baby trail. And I couldn't go this way, so what the heck? One more little baby adventure before we go back to the boring life we led. Jeez, that was a big bee, and he's pissed. Oh shit, I'm gonna run. That bee wants no part of me. Okay. I wonder if this takes me back, because it's like opening up, kind of, through here, which is pretty cool. Ah. What? Oh no. No way. Are you kidding me? This is awesome. And they're securing it, which is good. Obviously it's a pioneer cemetery. Pioneer cemeteries tend to be locked up because they're extremely historical. So obviously I'm not gonna try to sneak in or anything, but yeah, this is says it's the Canemah Historic Pioneer Cemetery, founded June 30th, 1864. God, no wonder they have security. That is insane. I said, oh, I'd love to see like some little interesting aspect of like the remains of this place. That would be awesome, but I honestly didn't think I was gonna find something. And here we are, there's just this cemetery, like Pioneer Cemetery off in the sticks. Maybe this was like more populated through here. I don't know, because this is quite a distance from what is, you know, the present day town. Look at this, this is amazing. What kind of prominent people may be at this cemetery? That is absolutely insane. Are you kidding me? Oh, and even like I'm guessing that these were probably like the pillars or whatever that just stood here to guide you through the entryway before it got blocked off, obviously. Which is good, because some people actually do like go to cemeteries and damage them. So it's really good. There's Old Glory up there. Wow. Like, are you kidding me? I just went down this trail because I thought, oh, it's a little trail, one more little adventure before, and then that. You know, a lot of the gravestones are really far away, so I wasn't gonna get any real good video of anything, but like, I guess I should have expected that, considering the history of this area and the fact that this, you know, the original town is dates back over 170 years, so I don't know why I wouldn't think there would be a pioneer, but I would have figured it would have been closer to the actual town. Little kind of nondescript trail. It just hooks off. Oh, probably marks it right here. Yeah. Canemah Pioneer Cemetery. I was so eyes focused on the little trail, like, what adventures does this have? I didn't even look at the answer that was right in front of me. I think this is, I'm really glad. I haven't used my GoPro a whole lot. Mostly because I like being able to see what I'm actually videoing while I'm doing it. But this place, I think, was just how magnificent and just broad it all is. Like, this is a perfect place to take full advantage of the use of your GoPro if you have one. Like, just fantastic. Frog Pond Trail. I think that takes us back to the start. Yeah, let's try Frog Pond Trail. Yeah, see, this is a lot more gravelly. Oh, I made it back. I can see the entryway in the distance. That's cool. Yeah, I thought I heard something that was kind of... Maybe that's frog. Is it Frog Pond? There's a little pond over there. I'm guessing there's frogs in it. Made it. The journey has come full circle. And that was awesome. So as my journey comes to an end, I just have to say, if you live anywhere in the area and you're looking for a new place to go, because obviously a lot of people don't know about this place. It's very, you know, like the people in town here know about it, but I don't think a lot of people know about this. The trails are vast and wide. The hills aren't too difficult. Like, this is a fantastic spot to come and go on a little hike or a little adventure. I mean, it's gorgeous all around. Just, if you're gonna come out here, be respectful. There's, you know, plant life out here. There's lots of birds, lots of critters. Be mindful of that. Don't go trouncing off the trail and stomping out a bunch of, you know, plant life that's maybe trying to be, you know, just be respectful. Like, I just stayed on the trails the whole time I was here, and I was absolutely blown away by the experience. So, come up to this park. It's absolutely gorgeous. You know, the voters, I guess, around here made it so that you could come here. So, you know, this was obviously, you know, some work on their part. So, you know, pay back for the job they did and get more people out here to experience this beautiful place. Just be nice when you do it. Anyway, guys, until next time. And don't sneak into the cemetery. Aight? It's my last whatnot. Anyway, guys, until next time. This has been Steve, the Amateur Historian. And here I am at Pier Park. I am so far into northeast Portland that I'm not even sure I'm in the state of Oregon anymore. This park is so freaking big, and it's a bus stop. I think I'm on the part of the park. I know there's one part of the park that just is a little sliver of land that branches off of the rest of it. So just for a frame of reference, this strip of land that goes from way over there in that parking lot to over here is literally, if you could see it on my phone, this one little shrivel of land right in the middle of the shot there where the blue dot is. And then that's the rest of the park. You can't see it great, but you can see what I'm kind of talking about. So my plan is to explore and adventure around this park and get to see what it's all about, to get to see what it has to offer. But one of the main things that's brought me out here today is there have been so many shootings that have happened in this area. And this area is not horrendously dangerous, but if you look off into this area behind me, these are a few streets that kind of wander along the park, and there's been, kind of in this particular part of the park, so many shootings just in the last like 10 years. I mean, if you go on to Google and search Pier Park, you'll find almost as many articles about shootings as you will about just stuff that the park has for you to enjoy. Oh my God. I knew when I read about this place, they said there's a lot of trees here, and that was not an exaggeration. What is this? I can't tell if this was a restroom or a maintenance building or... Oh, there's more than one of them. There's one over there too. What the hell are these? I'm assuming they're not being used for anything except maybe to hide witches. This is cool. I love how there's these old beat up buildings here. Or in like, just in Portland, in parks. There's these, I know in Washington Park, there's a maintenance building that looks like it's like an old house. Check out this, there's the old pipe up there. Crumbling bricks. Boarded up. And you've got kind of the remains scattered here, including this long piece of wood. Yeah. Looking up here, it kind of matches with those, so it was up along here somewhere. So I've turned the light on. I just want to kind of see what's up in here. More stuff. Yeah, look at this. Chunk missing from there. And they got these really cool kind of awning-ish end pieces, if you can call it that. Oh yeah, this is probably the entry. I kind of want to guess this was a bathroom. Maybe this was the boys and that one was the girls, or vice versa. And from one dwelling to another. I want to check this one out. This one's in pretty rough shape, but not as bad. Going off the beaten path. Yeah, so here's the front side of this particular building. So, can I possibly... Nope. I was wondering if I'd be able to see inside. Well, yeah. I think there's a window behind there, but... This is just so cool. The doorway with the little steps up to it. And tagging just a little bit. Ooh. Ah, so this is the side that's got it rough. We got another door. I think the door's boarded up on the one that's up over there, but yeah, here's where it's gotten hit the most rough. But yeah, it is. God, this park is so big. I absolutely love it. It's big enough that there's a, what is it, like frisbee golf? There's a frisbee golf course here because it's so freaking huge they can actually put that here. Okay, which way? This way? That way? This way. And we are reaching the top of this little hill now. Alright, so for a little history, as I come to you from the 16th green, Pier Park was established in 1921, and the name I always thought was in reference to, because we're pretty close to the where the Port of Portland used to be, river piers, you know, so I always figured Pier Park was in reference to the piers down by the river, because the river is like right over here. But actually it's named after a person, Sylvester Charles Pier, which just sounds like a British nobleman. Sylvester Charles Pier, your duty, sir. But anyway, Pier was a city commissioner, I believe, for the city of Portland, and one of his main focuses in terms of his work was monitoring and looking over and kind of running the parks in Portland. So when the city decided to establish this big bastard of a park, they decided to name it after him. And actually the area predominantly before the 1920s was I guess a brick factory, a factory where they made bricks. And that factory ran until 1905, when literally they just ran out of resources. Couldn't make any more bricks, and so the place was shut down. And it's interesting, this area was transformed into a park, but it was more of like a kid's playground from what I've read. And what's interesting about that is a lot of the old like factory buildings were still like left up in the background, all abandoned and stuff. My God, I would have killed to be able to go back to that time in history and check out a playground with a bunch of abandoned brick factory buildings there. But then by 1920, those remaining buildings were torn down, and obviously this place was transformed into the park that you see today. I went down, the pool's kind of down over here, so I traversed the park, and I'm actually back towards the kind of west side, and I want to go into Chimney Park as well, because there's a bridge that crosses over into there, and I don't even know what goes on over there. But Columbia Boulevard, that means that Columbia Boulevard is this big crossing street. That said, I kind of want to walk over towards the highway, or towards Columbia Boulevard. Ow, I keep cutting my toe. I need to cut my toenails. Oh no. Oh no. Yep, there's definitely bodies in that. Why is this here in the middle of a park? After dinner, I had ice cream. Oh, that scared the shit out of me. Some guy just threw his frisbee right as I knocked on that door. Oh my God, where's the guy? Oh, he's behind me. Going a little off trail. Oh, this is cool. I know you're not allowed to go down onto the tracks, so I will halt. It's interesting that there's even a trail going here that leads you down to these railway lines that come through here, and then here's Columbia Boulevard going over the top. That's cool. So, I got me a Rockstar Mojito. Never had this before, never knew it existed, but I'm gonna try it out. It does taste like a mojito. Mojito? Mojito. Not damn bad. And around we go. This place is too frickin' huge to shoot in one venture. Hi! Here's the bridge that, excuse me, crosses the two parks together. And I'm not too far from where I first started, because baseball field near the streets is right there. So here we go. I didn't even know till I checked that there even was another park. But at least I know why the bridge is here. It's because of the railroad tracks. And actually, crossing the railroad lines that come through here that went down to the river where the Port of Portland was, what better time to discuss kind of the first real historical shooting incident that happened here, since I've been discussing shootings that have happened here. You have to go back to 1934, really close to Independence Day. And there's a lot of longshoremen working here. You know, they're probably stressed about their hours, they want to unionize, and in order to get their way, they went down onto these railroad tracks, not right here, a little bit further off that way. And they actually went onto the tracks and stood on them and obstructed trains from getting through to deliver their goods as a way of saying, like, meet our demands, because we will stop your, you know, progress. And in the midst of all this, the police decided they were going to board one of these trains, and when they got to where the strike was occurring, they were just going to open fire on these guys. That's how I understand it historically. Maybe it wasn't quite that heartless, chaotic, but they did open fire, and they hit 4 different longshoremen. They all survived. Somehow nobody died in this. And what is so great, I was discussing how this park is just packed with trees. One of the main reasons more people did not get shot that day is because they were able to obscure themselves behind all these trees. And they said that after the shooting incident that happened, trying to break the strike, that there were just bullet holes and piercings all over these trees, and people were able to save their lives hiding behind these trees. And what's so great beyond that is that the strike held, and by the end of July, I think, of 34, they finally got their demands and the strike was able to end. And that event, that particular strike, was used around the Portland area for future endeavors. It really pushed the concept of unionizing workers and things like that. And it all kind of started in this park. And on that note, we are officially entering Chimney Park, which seems very different from Pier Park, a lot more out in the open. But there appears to be some trees over here, some trails, and I think this gets us a little bit closer to kind of overlooking where the Pier of Portland was, and where a lot of these longshoremen were probably working and striking at certain times. Here's to you, longshoremen. Never give up the fight. Trail ends. Like hell it does. For the adventurer, the trail never ends. What is all this over here? I guess there's the city dump is around here, but I don't think this is the dump. That would make a lot of sense. I'm just curious what looms up here. Please tell me I'm not going to find a dead body in here. Nope. Just checking. Yeah. I'm just curious. See, this is where I want to go. I want to follow the trails less traveled until a homeless person shows up. This looks interesting, though. There's a dip here. Probably doesn't go anywhere, but we shall see. Technically it goes up to there. I'm just curious enough. And I don't have a free hand. Oh, fuck. Spider web. God damn. Should have seen that coming. Oh, man. I mean, there's trails here. These are trails. Not well kept, but these are trails. Oh, God damn it. I am eviscerating a whole spider colony here. Hold on. This will do. Sorry, spider life. I don't mean to kill you, but you're impeding my adventure. Goes into nothingness. Okay. Ah, this looks like it ends here. Probably. That's where my journey ends. That is where I turn tail and run. Or, you know, stumble. Okay. City of Portland guy. He's probably gonna tell me I'm not allowed to hang out here. Should make it like we're hanging out. Here's where I get hassled. Whew. What we got? Trying to get a shot of the park. Even though I'm really not. This is all deception. This guy's gonna think I'm just getting cute shots of the park when really I'm being mischievous. There's Pier Park. And I'm kind of ready to go back that way because I'm starting to feel the morning heat. That's so what happened. The moment I'm starting to have an adventure and these City of Portland guys show up, like I don't think I'm doing anything bad. Obviously that guy didn't even say anything to me as I walked by, like what the hell were you doing in there? But it's always just deterring. This tastes so much like a mojito. I almost can't handle it. I've got to have spiders on me. So this is actually really cool with how many, you know, parks require you to be on a leash. This area is fenced off so they let your dogs kind of run around and be what dogs are supposed to be, which is lively and free. So that's cool. I'm just seeing a lot of foliage up here. I'm hoping there's more to see and that this just isn't the end of this park, because I mean they should call it Chimney Dog Park because there's not really anything for people to do out here if this is the end. Mojito. I think I'm really fucking with these guys. There's cobwebs or spider webs all over my camera. I'm really messing with these City of Portland guys. This one just drove by, had his shades on, and he was giving me just the most absurd look. And now this guy's pulling off, and there's a guy stopped in front of me. I think they're gonna come at me. I don't know if that was because of me, or if that's just they leave that gate open when they come out and then close it when they go back in. Because the first guy that came in gave me just the mean mug bulldog face just as he drove by. Still didn't say anything. And then another truck went by, and then this one lady stopped right at the exit where I came in. I'm like, oh fuck, I'm going down. They're gonna crossfire me. And then I saw the woman get out and she closed the fence there. I just walked through there and she closed the fence off. As I was walking out, nobody said anything to me, but I get the feeling that I'm not welcome here. Don't worry though, I know how to fool them. I'll go incognito. Ah! This stuff's cutting me, but it's so pretty out here. I'm surrounded by prettiness, and there's a sign and this is a path. There's a path over here. Probably just gonna stumble onto more homeless people, but let's just see what happens. Ah, I see. This just leads you back down to the railroad tracks. That's okay. That seems to be the order of the day, is just kind of ending up by the railroad tracks again. Alright, so I'm leaving Chimney Park back into Pier Park. And Chimney Park is it's kind of a deception to call it a park. It's really just a pathway to a dog park. and a good place to sniff trash with the dump close by. Oh, I'm already astonishingly cooler than I was before. So now I'm thinking I've circled the perimeter of the park. So what I'd really like to do before I go my merry way is kind of cut through the middle of the park and see what that has to offer. I ain't even gonna stay on the trail because I'm a rebel who drinks mojitos. This is just turning into rockstar product placement at this point. Mother Nature just pouring her pretties upon our heads. I don't know. These trees are absolutely amazing. And this is, I mean, it's kind of a trail. I mean, there's a lot of visible dirt, and I just walked through a spider web, so that kind of puts the kibosh on what I was just saying about this being a possible trail. So anyway, coming back out in the open, briefly, you've got the baseball field over here. This looks like it's more of a, oh, I guess it's another baseball field, but probably doubles as a soccer field. Ooh, here we go. Nice little tip. This is where I want to go. I notice there's this point where the park dips in the middle, and I haven't gotten to see that yet, and if I haven't gotten to see that, then that means you haven't gotten to see it. And I'm probably going to walk through about 15 spider webs just getting here. Mojito. I don't know, I'm not seeing anything though, because I think that's one of the holes, so to speak, for the games that people are playing out here. But this is awesome. And again, I can't really tell if I'm on a trail or if there's just no grass growing. I mean, I don't think it's a trail, but I mean, is there intent for people to walk through here? Probably not, because there's a trail right here. But I don't live by the city of Portland's rules. I blaze my own damn trail. Oh. No more mojito. Well, rebel that I am, littering. Yeah, I litter. What you gonna do about it? No, I'm just fucking with you. No. I was playing you the whole time. But in all honesty, recycling bin, anybody? You gotta, if you've got frisbee golf out here, you gotta have a recycle thing for people. This is Portland after all. But yeah, I mean, this park is so huge. You could just scatter all over the place. You could hang out here for a couple of hours and still not cover every trail that goes through here. Like, look, I mean, is this a trail over here? I mean, it's a trail there, but it doesn't look like it's a trail there, probably because it's a trail right here. I'm very confused. But this place is fantastic. This feels like such a main trail, like everything is to one side or another. And I actually, oh, okay. There's a playground right over there, so I'll try not to film in that general direction, lest parents come at me and beat me with their, whatever parents are carrying on in these days. But I was just thinking, oh man, this is like an old, I'm guessing tetherball. Yeah, because there's like a ring on top that you hook the chain to. Apparently tetherball is not the in thing anymore. That's too bad. But what isn't too bad is that I've had to go to the bathroom since I got here, and I've made the great discovery of the two old buildings that may or may have not been restrooms, and this building looks exactly like those. Ah! As I'm walking and complaining, I see this right in front of me. Grimm, which I never watched because I don't really like any show that's ever popular, even though it was local. April 14, 2017, this grove of trees was planted by Governor of Oregon Kate Brown, boo, in honor of the NBC television series Grimm. For 6 seasons, the city of Portland and Pier Park served as both Grimm's inspiration and setting. Oh, see, now, again, I didn't watch the show. I didn't realize Pier Park was that prominent, but obviously I'm assuming they're not talking about these trees. I'm assuming they're talking about these little ones, which makes sense if they were planted only like a year and a half ago, not even. So these are grim trees, as it were. You can barely even see this one because it's blending in so much. You're still pretty, even though you just fade into the background. And then you got this one right here. Darling. It just grows here, then there's kind of nothing in the middle, and then this little fluff at the top. And from the grim tree yard, I'm gonna kind of wrap around wide because I never like filming in the vicinity of playgrounds when there's kids there. Obviously, if you've watched my channel, you know I never film kids. That's fucked. But it's just to keep the parents, keep the families from feeling uncomfortable. You know, they don't know what I'm doing out here, so why give them reason to be concerned? And I honestly don't know what fringe of the park I'm on now. There is a trail right here, so I'm not just meandering aimlessly. And then here's just a street up here with homes, so, coming up, I'm somewhere. I seriously don't know where I'm at. I might be back on James Street. Yeah, I think that's where I'm at. That's so weird because when I was walking through here first, this place felt so different to me than it does now because I came from a different direction and didn't even realize where I was. But I was looking at all this stuff over here and hoping I'd be able to go down and see it. And lo and behold, I did. God, that tree for some reason looked flesh-colored to me through here, and I thought there was a person there. I was like, somebody's watching me. And I can only guess this is the maintenance building. I love this. I love how all these parks in Portland have these really just worn out maintenance buildings. I don't know if this trail is going to take me anywhere. It may just wrap me around to a place I've already been, but I just want to see first. Please tell me there's something weird and awkward to see. Hey, wait a minute, what is this now? This is probably just some driveway. I feel like I'm sneaking into another realm of the universe. Yeah, I think this is just like a driveway of, oh, there's fences, there's suspicious cars. There's some weird shit going on here, I'll tell you that much. The building looks all kind of abandoned and forgotten and derelict. That's what they want you to think. I'm kicking my conspiracy meter up a lot. Actually, this might be kind of cool. I'm wondering if there's actually like... No, not really, but this is kind of cool. Like, you look in here, it almost looks like you've got kind of like tiny path spaces to go through in here. I love meandering in trees. That just makes me sound like a kidnapper. I love hiding in trees. By the way, did I mention Rockstar has a mojito now? That's gotta be getting really obnoxious at this point. I'm just envisioning myself editing this video right now and being like, Steve, stop talking about the stupid mojitos. It wasn't funny the first time. Guarantee you I'm gonna be saying that to myself as I'm watching this. Huh. I mean, this looks interesting. There's fences here, so that's always a deterrent. Oh, this is... Ah! What is it? There's a fence here. There's a fence over there. I'm guessing this does not go anywhere. Fuck. What have I stumbled onto? Ow. I'm hearing a lot of movements. I'm looking out for homeless people. And spiders. Yeah, there's a lot of wildlife. Get out of my way. Oh God, coming back here is gonna be a bitch. Yeah. Oh man, someone was sucking down the rain here. Oh man, I'm so gonna get abducted. If there's homeless people out here, I'm not here to arrest you. This is so weird. There's just this trail here. It's a mouse. I can see it. I don't think you'll be able to make him out. There's a mouse right there. Like up in the tree, like looking at me. Don't bite me, dude. I'm out here to... Oh, man. Again, it's summer, so I don't give a shit. But if you're going to be wandering in a mess like that, make sure you got your legs protected. That's all from the amateur historian. The more you know. So I'm gonna drag myself up this little hill. It's probably just a little bit more green space, and then I will have actually pretty much traversed the whole park space. Yeah, here's the baseball field, and I first showed up way over there because there's a skating park, or the bike park, whatever, bike park, skate park, I don't care. And actually, if I had more time and more battery life, I do want to go to, I think it's called like Kelly's Point or Kelly Point Park, which you have to go through all this industrial business stuff like this to get there. But it's a park right where the Willamette River and the Columbia River meet. And even though I've been a Portland native for over 32 years, I've never seen where the Columbia River and the Willamette River meet. And I really want to do that, so that'll probably be in an upcoming video. Whew, shades back on. It's a good thing I chose to get out here so early, because I'm starting to feel that Portland summer heat. Alright gang, I still have my mojito can, because I can't find a place to recycle it, or even throw it away, worst case scenario. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed, despite my periodic foul mouth, or foul behavior rather. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed my little trek, my little tiptoeing through Pier Park, a park that is absolutely gorgeous, but a little suspicious at the same time. But hey, that's what makes it interesting, I guess, depending on who you are. And again, I think I've mentioned this in other videos. I want to do a video just about every prominent park, not just in Portland, but in the whole Portland metropolitan area, which kind of encompasses Washington County and Clackamas County too. Any big old park space that I can adventure, I want to do that and bring those to you. So, till next time, guys, from Pier Park, or Murder Park, this has been Steve the Amateur Historian, and I'll see you next time. Yes! Yes! Finally! A bin! Finally got rid of that mojito can. And up the hill we go. I'm already starting to have Gresham Butte vibes. I pretty much woke up, rolled out of bed. It's like adventure time. Fortunately, this adventure is going to be a little bit easier than the one I had planned, so I really shouldn't complain, but I'm already feeling a little crampy in the legs, feeling it in the belly. Oh, fuck, why did I do that? Check this out. Lined with pigeons. Pigeons. And it's getting loud. I'm crossing McLaughlin Boulevard, going in a southerly direction, which means as I finish crossing, I am going to be in Selwood. Or, for those of you who aren't from around the Portland area, the southwesternmost part of southeast Portland. One of the most iconic things about Selwood is the fact that this is the location of where Oaks Park is, which is probably Portland's most famous amusement park. But that's not the only cool thing in that particular area. I love how there's kind of this crosswalk here, but then there's trees here like obstructing oncoming traffic. Alright, I'm going for it. Living on the edge. Ah, yes. the Oaks Bottom Wildlife Refuge, which stands just kind of to the northeast of the actual Oaks Park. And look at this. There is an outhouse over there, or a porta potty, as we like to call them. I was gonna say, one of the things that sucks about this place, no restroom. Appears they've rectified that. So one of the things I love the most about the Oaks Bottom Wildlife Refuge is lots of shade. Now also, I shot one of my first significant films that I did. I shot most of it here or in Selwood Park, a little ways up there. So as I'm journeying around, I'm gonna stop at some of these spots. So it's kind of like a filming locations type thing, except it's for one of my films as opposed to some big Hollywood film that you've ever seen before. And if you want to see it, it's called The Runner, and it's on my other YouTube channel, which is called Silly Sister Pictures. If you type those two things in, you can find the full video there. And the way I got to know this place is when I ran cross country back in high school, there was 3 or 4 places that we went with fair regularity. Tryon Creek State Park, Powell Butte, and then Oaks Bottom Wildlife Refuge. The Oaks Bottom Wildlife Refuge closed for restoration. Not the whole wildlife refuge, just don't go in here because they're trying to do stuff. And this area used to be predominantly just kind of a general, just kind of wetland, kind of near the river. Old railroad lines went through here. There's still a railroad line, but it's more a trolley line these days. They'd begun to kind of infill the land, and from what I heard, they were originally intending on putting like buildings in down here, and like maybe a museum and whatnot. And it was already becoming a place that was attracting a lot of birds, migratory birds, and so there was a lot of pressure being put on the city to not just make this another industrial or commercial space. And by 1988, this was actually finally designated as a wildlife refuge, Portland's first in that vein, and it has been thriving as such ever since. Now the main running trail I just passed, actually, it's right back there. I'm gonna come back to that, but that's ultimately gonna take me to the far south end of this whole gathering place. Oh, hello. I see you. Oh man, he's playing a game of hide and seek with me. There he goes. Oh man, you are quick. Anyway, have a nice day. Yeah, so I'm ultimately gonna make my way down there, but once I'm down there, I'm not gonna want to waste my time walking all the way back over here, so I want to see what this all has to offer. And there's a few filming locations I had up here as well. So we've actually got an opportunity to go off the lead trail, and it says Tadpole Pond on that sign over here. No dogs allowed. Got a little history here for you. Tadpole Pond, a new home for amphibians. Got salamanders out here, frogs. That's pretty awesome. Rare northern red-legged frogs live in the pond. Those legs don't look that red to me. This is cool. It's just a little oh. I sure it's heard a little something run into the bushes. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was a salamander. I don't know why I'm calling to it like it's a cat. I know it was very quick moving. It was some critter. I heard it moving again. All the animals in this park are playing games with me. Which amphibians call Oaks Bottom home? Got the red-legged frog, Pacific chorus frog, singing frog, long-toed salamanders, that is awesome. The red-backed salamander, that just sounds poisonous, and the Oregon salamander, unwanted. Introduced from the eastern U.S. because of their large, tasty legs. Oh god, it's terrible. They are invasive pests throughout the West and feed on insects, young water birds, and other amphibians. Not very nice. However, this is pretty cool. Another way to kind of walk through. A little bit reckless. Looking for critters of any kind. These are not steady. These are not stable though. I don't even know why these are set up like this if they're not going to be stable. Oh shit, I'm pissing off some bees. I'm getting out of here. Just remember, red-legged frogs, yes. Bullfrogs, no. That's fresh, that's cool. I didn't know that was there. That, past times I've been here, that hasn't been here, so that's probably something that's come up just in the last couple of years. Now, I definitely don't remember this. And see, even right here, this is what makes things so confusing about Portland, is the homeless camps are so out of control that even if you get a trail that you can go on, you'll see this sign and you'll wonder, like, can I go? Yeah, no, yeah, no, can I go? Can I go? Bicycles. The sun beaming down. Yeah, I think this wraps around to the other trail. Unless this trail goes this way. You see, like, that definitely goes to the trail I want to go to later, but where does this sumbitch go? Yeah, I've definitely not been down this trail before. Oh, it's fucking again. Where does this go? Oh, I want to see this, and then I'll come back to that one. This may just... What is this? Oh my god, there's people fucking camping in here. Like, literally, in the dark recesses. There's 2 tents in there. So you see, there's no part of Portland, park-wise, natural area, you can explore without encountering that. Another trek, dismantled, mangled up by the presence of a homeless camp in the city of Portland. It's everywhere. So as the small story goes, The Runner is a film I did in 2013, almost exactly 5 years ago, because it was like August and September that I filmed it. And it was after I'd broken up with my girlfriend. I tried to get her back, she didn't take me back, and there was kind of this sense of, my love is dead. That love is dead and gone forever. Which, that bleak thought led to me coming up with this idea that was loosely based on the shooting that happened at the Clackamas Town Center. In fact, I do a video on the Clackamas Town Center shooting, and I discuss this film in brief while I did that video. And the idea was that it follows this guy whose fiance died in a mall shooting, much similar to that one. And it's kind of how he can't really cope with what happened. The only way he can deal is by going out and running every day and just running until he's so exhausted that it just releases for him. That's the closest to closure he can come. And along the way he meets this young woman named Maggie who also runs kind of therapeutically, and she was at the mall that day and she ultimately finds out what happens, and so it's kind of this build up to an epic conclusion where he finally finds out what really happened in this story. And again, pretty much all of this I filmed in Selwood, in this park, or in Selwood Park. I filmed some at Tryon Creek State Park, like a scene and a little bit of a montage. and a little bit near Clackamas Town Center where the shooting inspiration happened. A few at a house in southeast Portland that a friend of mine lived in, but most of it was right here. And we do a little wraparound, and we've reached the pathway, or the railroad lines, but then on the other side is the pathway. And this is actually, I guess, the first filming site I used. I used this for one scene I shot where the lead guy, Cal, and Maggie, they're kind of standing along this wall here, stretching out. And they'd had kind of a negative last meeting, and so it's kind of her apologizing to him about something. But anyway, you see them leaning on a concrete wall, and it's this wall right here. You can kind of see some of this behind Cal's character. This is all just marked with all kinds of interesting whatnot. No matter where I look, there's more. I can't handle it. That guy was flying like the wind. So pretty much if you go up that way and stay going long enough, you eventually end up on kind of the east side of downtown, down by Omsey. However, we've got a cute little trail here. Willamette River floodplain. Yeah, we're not too far off. Yeah, see, we're kind of close to where Ross Island is. The Ross Island Bridge crosses kind of up here, and then you got downtown Portland over here. And yeah, see, this is cool. This is like the main part of the refuge, and the main trail I want to go on kind of just meanders along the outside of it. And then here, can't see that well, that's Selwood Park where I also filmed. No bicycling. And again, no camping. I remember coming down this trail once, and I remember there being a really cool... What the heck? What is this? What is that? And then what is that? That is... I don't know. Steve. Oh. It appears the world is speaking to me, telling me to go this way. That just sounds weird. Look at this tree, thinking it owns the damn place. Hey, bird. Alright, yeah. Like most of the wildlife out here, wants nothing to do with me, and as a human, I can't really blame you. There's a trail that kind of looks like it just leads into the fence. That sounds kind of pointless. It's like the Energizer Bunny, it just keeps going. On we go, and on we go, and on we go. There's a little chunk of concrete over there, but that's all about. Yeah, there's some leave behinds, definitely. Obviously, some people are camping out here for a while and doing their homework. Sure. I don't think I can get through that way. How do people do these things? I can't even stand on a skateboard. These people are standing on boats and just paddling up the river. I don't get it. I don't see how that's humanly possible from my perspective. Dude, there's just a boat down there. What the hell? There's literally just a boat. It's been tied up. But yeah, it's like just been left here. I doubt it's abandoned, but it almost kind of looks like that. Like, why would that be here? We're in a natural park space. It's not like some guy lives here. I mean, you know, aside from the homeless, but that's interesting. Like, why would that be here? And it is a real thing in the city of Portland. Some people who are homeless either have a boat when they end up homeless, or they get their hands on a boat, and they'll just kind of bob in the river and kind of just live in the boat. So, I mean, whatever you gotta do to try to survive in this godforsaken city. It just keeps going. I don't remember this trail being a quarter this long. It's like just another general view. I mean, it's kind of cool if these little pieces branch off so you can kind of... Is that a whale? No, what the frickin' frick is this? I'm very confused. And this looks like the remains of an old dock, which that kind of stuff's fairly common in the Portland area. I want to go down on this thing, but it's so steep here, I seriously don't know if my shoes would have enough grip at that much of an angle to make it back up. I'm still going. I remember this trail being a quarter to maybe half a mile long, but I have to have easily walked almost a mile. I see there's a no camping sign there. I'm wondering if there's maybe a flat space up here you could camp at. Ugh, that touching me. I don't think it's poison oak, but it looks dangerous. Okay, here's another. Woo! What's that? We got some old metal and a chunk of something. And a path over here. Ah, now I can see why the no trespassing signs are here. This is probably a homeless campsite at one time. Even got a homemade fire pit, which fucking they torch this tree. That's fantastic. Let's just torch the whole wildlife refuge because you can't fucking be a little cold when you sleep. That may sound insensitive, but screw whoever did this. My theory, simply put, is that me and my girlfriend stopped off at a point that wasn't actually the end of the trail and then just went back and didn't finish the trail. And that's why this sumbitch seems so long to me. But before we exit, we got another little trail to go down and look at the river. Might even get a look at the city this close. That's probably abandoned, I would assume. Oh man, cosmopolitan though. Something about University of Oregon. Got a Goodwill shopping cart all the way down here. Some shampoos, some cloth, miscellaneous whatnot. The river. You can kind of see this is kind of the all those new $1 million apartments and whatnot kind of in the middle here. So downtown's like just the other side of these trees, and it's probably OHSU up there, I'm guessing. Yeah, this shit is so slippery. I thought I was gonna be able to walk on this, but it's just got goop on it. I can't even just stand on it. This is like ice. I was gonna meander down there a little ways, but no thank you. What? There's sheet music out here. As I was walking this big trail back, there's all these cool where's the bug? I can't find it with my camera. Jesus. Right there. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong side. I want to figure out what those freaking weird rocks were that I saw. Because there's one over there, and now there's these jagged rocks. And then yeah, they're rocks with like this hard plastic and then just smooth, flat, like you're supposed to sit on them. Maybe that's all they are. Hey, here's another one with these just layers in between them, and then you've got this flat rock next to it. I don't freaking know. Oh well, this is unfortunate. Now I know why bicyclists were wrapping around that tunnel so quick. This is kind of somewhat unfortunate, and yet not terribly unfortunate, because one of my most prominent filming locations was literally like, go about 5 or 6 of these down, kind of right in that area there. That's where Cal and Maggie meet in the movie, and you can tell because it's where the trail's kind of flat and he leans on one of these because he's totally exhausted, and they meet, and if you film past her you can just kind of see back down the trail a ways. And film some running stuff along this stretch going towards Oaks Park. However, it appears they're doing stuff. I'm like, what are they doing? It's closed. I'm wondering if, like, yeah, you can kind of see the other end down there by the park, that little kind of orange space there. Well, they're doing something, which is fine by me because I want to go back this way anyway. Alright, so I'm back at this trail where I spotted me a little homeless camp. But I figure if the trail that goes this way towards them, I want to say, am I accurate in saying that there was one that was looking back this way? That sounds accurate. Alright, so I'm back at this trail where I spotted me a little homeless camp. But I figure if the trail that goes this way towards them, I want to say, am I accurate in saying that there was one that was looking back this way? That sounds accurate. And if it is, I'm just going to use this to circle around and connect with the main hiking trail that I would. That's how I got to know this place, was running on this battered hiking trail. And there's filming locations along that way too. So it's a best of many worlds. Yeah, I think this is the way I went. Yeah, they're right there. Yeah. So this is the way I didn't go, which I believe connects to the other trail. Filmed a lot of, in fact, right here, there's a wide shot I film from like up there somewhere where you see Cal kind of running this little meandering turn, and there's this big open field off to the side of him. And we just kind of, we just walk a little ways. I'd say, here's a good place for a shot. Walk a little further. This is a good place for a shot. I even think I got up in here and got a shot of him coming into this turn a little bit. There's just, I mean, it's picturesque out here. You can't ask. And what I really wanted, because this guy's so isolated from the world, what I really wanted was solitude. I didn't want this guy running a big trail in an open park. I wanted him in a place like this where if we could film when other people weren't passing through, it would be like this guy's just out here in a world all by himself. And that's kind of what it feels like right now. I don't hear anybody talking. Don't hear anybody coming, don't hear any bicycles, don't hear any footsteps. It's like I'm just out here in my own little universe. It's really great. This is kind of a cool spot. You can kind of get up in there, and I know I climbed up in here and got some shots of Cal's character coming through here and running off into the trees. But if you walk up in here, see these old broken pieces of concrete, and it's kind of this hidden little, what the hell? I miss you. You would have loved it. Oh man, this is for, it says R.I.P. This is maybe a memory of somebody passed away. Oh my god, is that cocaine? No. That's the little trolley that goes up and down those railroad tracks, the Oaks Park trolley. I thought that was, it might still be like a cocaine vial, but it's been stuffed with paper towel, like tissue paper, but it's still white. I was like, no. But yeah, this is, I think he's homeless. I don't want to disturb this. He's resting. And it says these homeless something, so maybe this was for a homeless person that died. Something like a solver. But yeah, there's all this broken concrete that's kind of up here and hidden. You can go up here a little bit. But yeah, look at that. Look at all that jagged, broken concrete down there. It makes you wonder what was here. Yeah, I remember this part, this kind of space that always looks kind of dead. I shot a big tracking, or it was more of a panning shot. I got way out there, and I videoed cow coming from where that turn is, running all the way through here and literally out of sight down there. And I was just way off in the brush here, panning with him, and it was kind of one of these dramatic final shots to the movie. And yeah, so I was just, I don't know how deep into this I got. But yeah, I've always felt like this part of the wildlife is like hell. It's all like kind of dead looking amidst all this like plush environment, and then it's just, it's really sketchy, but it's like gorgeous at the same time. And for those of you who saw my mausoleum video, which I'm sure a lot of my subscriptions came from people who saw that, because it's by far my most successful video, this is the mausoleum right here. It stands looking out over the wetlands here. Yeah, especially if you get to the top floors, you can get a great view out onto the wetlands. You can see Oaks Park in the distance. I can hear people. Hello, friend. Yes, sleek away, why don't you? He was like, that's a tall drink of water. I'm having no part of him. But yeah, they have this massive bird mural that just kind of spans the whole back wall, and you can see it from really far away. You can see it for miles, like from across the river. It's so eye-catching. This is another point where cow ran through. I recognize this because I kind of had the camera set up kind of in this way so you could see him running down the path, and I kind of rack focused with the railings to follow him. That happened right here. That there's the Oaks Park train. Which actually, we got so lucky when we were filming because there's this little kind of underpass under the train tracks, which is right at the start of that Oaks Park line. So we filmed this scene where he's running away frantic and he dives under this overpass to just kind of get away and release. And while we were standing there waiting, I heard the train starting up, and I shot video of the train, and it created this appearance that the train was taking off. And when you're right under the tracks, it's like, and it's really loud, and interjecting that loud train noise with this guy having a freak out, it almost drowned him out, so he was almost in silence. It was such a dramatic, and it was just luck. And it amplified the scene emotionally so many levels. Here's the main little viewpoint area where you can look out on the marshlands, and I'm so happy nobody's here to ruin my shot, because this is what coming to the Oaks Bottom Wildlife Reserve is all about. I'm kind of forgetting how the rest of that song goes, but my God. And these trees have grown a little bit. This view used to be a lot more open, but look at all just the plush wildlife out there that is out of focus. There we go. And yeah, it just goes on and on. And it's a little more plush than this earlier in the summer. Once you start getting to later August, September, this really starts dying down and starts looking all brown. And then you've got this like little root of water, this little creek that no matter how hot it gets in the summer, there's at least a little bit flowing through here. And there's downtown. You can see a little bit over the trees. Just absolutely stunning. This little cliffside, that is fantastic. And as we walk, you can see all of this cotton just flowing in front of us. Okay, I thought that was one of the rides at Oaks Park. I was about ready to freak. This is absolutely insane. It's like a coat of snow on the ground in the middle of July. Oh my God. That is absolutely amazing. I've honestly, you know, this cotton kind of falls all throughout summer, but I've never seen anything quite like this. Okay, hold the phone. What is this? This is just made in Canada. Like, it's in there. This was not like dropped. What is this? Something looks like a Wyburn, so maybe Rayburn, and then I'm guessing made in Canada. What's that? I can't get it out of the ground like it was originally there. Along the trail? What? Okay, so we're coming to the end of this trail kind of as it is. Because it starts to branch off in different directions. But this site right here, this is prominent in my movie. It's the point where Cal kind of stops his running. Whenever he goes out and runs, when he makes it to this point, this is where he would always stop running. And you can tell because he would run right by this kind of open space with this. I think this is the same piece as there, and he would go through here and kind of keel over, and then you could kind of see the open space out ahead of him. However, even more so than that, one of my most favorite scenes, not just in this movie, but of anything I've ever filmed, especially since this was an early film, I was still very developing as a filmmaker, and I was really surprised it turned out so well since it was the first day of shooting. It was starting to rain, I had to worry about that, but I had my two leads sit on this rock right here, and they had a conversation about their relationship experience. Cal, who sat over here, discussed how he met. The focus of the conversation was how they met the main loves of their life. And for him, his fiancée who died was the world to him, up to the moment she passed, and he told the story about how the first time they met. And then Maggie, who sat over here, told a story about how she met what was kind of the first love of her life, the man who she had her daughter with. And her experience was considerably different. He was a cheating scumbag. Even as I wrote the character, I envisioned him as this like overweight, slobbing, just run-down biker type guy. I don't know if that's how she saw him, but that's how I almost saw him as I wrote this. And they sat here and discussed that. And that was the first moment where you could see a real serious emotional connection between the two of them that went beyond just this experience that they shared, that they were developing into more than just friends. I love that scene. And that being said, enough of the sissy nonsense. Check this out. There's like an old brick kind of barrier, rock barrier up in here. Check that out. That is so cool. Alright. And I know, as I come out here, there's a bit I film where I have Cal kind of get to here and he doesn't know which way to go. So he decides to take off this way. And I went off in this field, which this is just murder on your legs during the summertime. And I filmed him. I filmed a panning shot of him running this stretch of trail. And this route beelines you to Oaks Park. You can kind of see and hear the rattlings of Oaks Park over there. And I'm gonna go down. The hell? The dinosaurs have escaped. And I believe it's closed. Yeah, it looked like there was a landslide recently and they're putting some new stuff up. And so the trail is closed. But if you do go up that way, you can get up to... Oh no. The dinosaurs have escaped again. What am I doing vlogging? The velociraptors are gonna get me. I don't know if there's really another trail up there, but I shot a discussion that the two main characters had up there, kind of more near where the staircase is, and a little further down this way, kind of overlooking the ridge. You can't really see any of it, but that's where I filmed the epic conclusion of my film, where Cal finds out the truth about what happened to the love of his life. Shit! First it's just Jurassic World that's opening up. Now I have to worry about the Blair Witch as well. I'm out. And so, as you can tell, I mean, there's nothing going on further south of here. I mean, pretty much once this trail wraps around and kind of comes back to this trail, we've come to the end of the wildlife refuge, the wetlands, whatever you want to call it. It kind of closes up here. And Jesus. Anyway, so I'm heading back the way I came because, as I said, I want to get to that overpass, because that actually is in at least 3 or 4 different moments in the film, so it's at least mildly prominent. Yeah, see right there? Even really far away, you can see that mausoleum. There's where the trail's closed ahead. That thing take off. Don't go on there, jeez. You're gonna melt yourself. Anyway, we go down and around here, we're gonna come to the overpass. And actually, as this trail's going down, the trail on the other side that's coming down as well, that's the one that the guy that played Cal would run down. And actually, right before he'd come running in here, because he wanted to look really overwhelmed and breathing heavily, as I was setting my camera up, he was just doing wind sprints back and forth through here to exhaust himself, so that when he finally came around this corner, he was just heaving for air. Here's the underpass. And a sign welcoming us back into the wildlife refuge from the Oaks Park area. But yeah, he would, Cal would run up under here. You got the path to run over, and then see, here's where the railroad tracks go over. So as we were setting him up, and I cheated it because he's actually standing against this wall, but I actually got a shot through these of the train as it was leaving, and I just used the audio I had as it took off, and I matched it with the sound of him kind of standing along this wall having a general freak out. And then later on, after you know Maggie a little better, he comes running in here too, and she appears from around the corner over here. He's here looking all tweaked. She comes up and hugs him, and I get a pretty wide shot of this general area. And as they're hugging, because runners are like this, and it was so perfect because the movie's about running, while they were over here hugging, this runner guy just ran through the shot. And my two actors noticed it and they're like, oh man, that means we have to do it again, don't we? And I was like, no, that's perfect. That's production value. We have another runner running through the shot, further emphasizing the fact that this is a movie with a major running theme. And yeah, and then you kind of end up here, and it's the path going back towards the main path I went down. So as I filmed him in this brush running this way, he ultimately made it. Over here, I have a shot, you know, kind of in this area of just him running up under there. And then I think it's the second time you see him running in the movie. He runs through there, but this time he cuts through, goes up onto the path, runs down that way, and that's where he meets Maggie, and obviously that place I was at earlier, a little bit north of here. So I missed the opportunity to film up in Selwood Park, because I don't want to, you know, I'd have to walk all the way back this way and then wrap all the way that way, and I'm sorry, I'm not doing that today. I've already walked like 8 miles. So that's the only place I'm not getting out here that I actually shot at, but yeah, we shot all over this park. Anyway, I think I'm done working for today. And I have to say, you know, Oaks Park is right there, and I'm right here. It's a nice warm day. I kind of just want to chill and relax. Nah, I was thinking about it. Or should I? No, yeah? No? Yeah. How's it going? Subscribe to my channel, fucking B. That's a crane right there. Just hanging out. Steven, take a right. That was already in my plans. And you misspelled my name, by the way.